How do you become a travel agent in 2025 without accidentally joining an MLM or a pyramid scheme? Let's talk about it. This is one of my most highly requested videos, and I have been putting it off for a long time, as I'm sure you could probably understand why. It's a really hot topic. There are very strong feelings either way, right? Whether you're anti-MLM and you're like, I can't believe anyone would ever do this, or if you're very pro-MLM and you're doing network marketing full time and you're like, I don't understand why people hate this so much. So I am going to do this video, or at least attempt to, with the utmost amount of respect possible. And I'm also just going to preface this and say, I am not making this video with the purpose of having people write mean and spiteful things in the comments. So if you decide to do that, your comment will be deleted and you will be blocked from my channel. I, of course, welcome questions, and you're welcome to ask questions down below, but I'm just letting you know right now, I don't want this channel to be stressful. I want to get the information out there and help you. Remember, I'm a travel agent myself, right? Hi, by the way, my name is Brittany. I've been a travel agent myself since 2020. Since then, I've helped over 100 people not only become travel agents, but actually make money as them. And as a team, we've sold over $6 million in travel since 2020. And I always try to make that clear because I am not including affiliate or MLM commissions or anything like that. That is just travel sales. So that's the first thing I want you to know is if maybe you were wondering, maybe this wasn't the question you asked, but if you were wondering, is it even possible to be successful as a travel agent without doing MLM? Or is the reason that all of these MLM host travel agencies exist because you can't make money as a travel agent anymore? Thankfully, that's not the case. And I can show you the examples of dozens of people who have nothing to do with MLM. They just sell travel and they do really well at that. And the really nice thing, and I will try not to get into that in this video because I have so many other videos about this, is you don't have to be a social media influencer. You don't have to be a major content creator, a TikToker, a YouTuber to be successful as a travel agent. Now, do those things help? Of course it helps, but it's not required. And you don't even need social media, by the way, to be successful as a travel agent. I have a whole video about that. Anyway, let's get into how to make sure you join a host travel agency without joining an MLM or a pyramid scheme. First, we're hitting it hard. We're going to talk about what a pyramid scheme actually is, what an MLM actually is, so that you even know what it is. Because many people, I've seen this as a teacher for years, use words all the time without even knowing what they mean. Okay, so let's start with pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is actually an illegal business model where there's no product or service. You are just recruiting other people to recruit people to recruit people to recruit people, and so on. And I think this is why so many people hate MLM and network marketing and direct sales, understandably, because all they've seen is pyramid schemes. In fact, one of the reasons why I made this YouTube channel, and I'm trying not to get myself worked up because I get really frustrated and angry because of this, is because since there are so many people in MLM host travel agencies recruiting, and putting it in quotes, and building teams of travel agents, which I'm not against that, I'll get to that in a second, building teams of travel agents, they're focusing more on the sale of the license that travel agents need than the actual mentorship and coaching of the travel agents themselves. So the focus goes on get as many people to become travel agents as possible, not get as many people to be successful as travel agents as possible. And that is what I hope you will find to be the main differentiator between me and other people and other channels, is that I want you to succeed whether we work together, whether you buy anything from me or not, whether you end up joining some other host agency or working with someone else. I'm cool with that. Of course, I want you to work with me because our team is the best, but I want you to be happy with where you're at, and I want you to make an informed decision. That's super important to me, and I want you to thrive, right? I don't want you to just become a travel agent. I want you to think about what your goals and your dreams are, and then how becoming a travel agent can help you meet those, and then have a plan, and then execute on that plan and make it happen, right? So you'll know something is a pyramid scheme if there is no product or service. It's the main way that people earn in a pyramid scheme is by bringing other people in. It's often sometimes called a Ponzi scheme, made famous by Charles Ponzi, where he basically had all these people give him money to then ask other people to give him money. And Bernie Madoff, same thing that many of us can remember. And indeed, there are some companies that call themselves network marketing companies or direct sales companies or direct to consumer companies that get themselves in hot water because they focus more on recruiting builders, quote unquote, to recruit builders and so on, instead of focusing on actually selling and delivering a product product or service. So that's a pyramid scheme. And I will not be mentioning companies that are pyramid schemes, but if you are interested in that, I will put some information down in the video description where you can go learn more about that. Okay, let's talk about multi-level marketing, MLM, which is also very controversial. An MLM, or a multi-level marketing company, is a legal business model, so that's already one big difference, right? Pyramid scheme's illegal, MLM is legal, where participants earn money both by selling a product or service and building a team. And when I say building a team, usually what they mean is by building a sales team, right? These sales team members are either then selling the opportunity, right? Attracting builders to attract builders, which is why many people look at MLM and understandably think, pyramid scheme, or they're recruiting those people to become distributors, which we see this a lot in the supplement space, makeup, hair care. I could think of one really famous company where you are really recruited as a distributor and you have your own cosmetics distribution company, and the brand is a household name. I know in the 90s, and I want to say maybe even early 2000s, this brand of product, which you could probably think of, comment below if you know what it is, and you saw it everywhere, right? It was in basically every middle-class family's restroom. They were sales distributors, but they weren't actually technically doing MLM. Now, the person who is building a team, if they're building a team of people who are also then building teams, that is multi-level marketing. However, if you are building a team of distributors, so say you sign on for this cosmetics company and you decide that you're going to be a distributor, so you are going to sell makeup yourself, but then you also are going to sell the opportunity, quote unquote, or however they market that, and you are going to help other people distribute makeup. In that sense, if you are helping other people become makeup distributors, you are actually technically not doing MLM. You are possibly doing affiliate marketing. And what I mean by that is you earn a commission when they become a distributor through your affiliate link, your referral code, whatever it is. But you are not earning by that person then selling the opportunity. That's the main difference between, I would say, affiliate marketing and multi-level marketing. Affiliate versus MLM. If you are bringing people on to become a distributor for something, that is technically affiliate marketing. It's not MLM, because you are not earning residual income or money based on a team, how many people are in the team or under you, quote unquote, as we often hear in the MLM world. You are earning money only on the people you bring on, and you might earn some kind of commission match from their product sales, but that's, again, it's an affiliate commission based thing. It's not MLM. It is MLM when you decide to become a sales rep for an MLM company, and then you are selling both the ability to become a distributor for makeup, like in that example, or also selling the opportunity to do the same themselves, to duplicate what you're doing. So I hope that's really clear. I wanted to make sure you knew those differences. So actually I gave the differences between pyramid scheme and MLM and affiliate marketing. Many host travel agencies give the option for the last two, right? You can either become an independent travel agent, and instead of distributing makeup, you're actually distributing travel. It's a completely legitimate business. Usually the company itself, that's a network marketing MLM company, partners with a legit host travel agency that's established in the industry. So the MLM company is selling the travel agent license, or they're selling the opportunity to sell the opportunity. But if there are two separate companies, then you can actually become a travel agent and not do any MLM, have nothing to do with that. Because with host travel agencies, the really great thing about this industry is even though it's actually not as regulated as other industries, it's regulated enough that just being in the travel industry is like its own work. And that is what I really focus on. I focus on helping people become travel agents, and not just become travel agents, become good ones. Because one of the reasons I started this channel is that there are too many people entering the industry who don't know what they're doing, who are making mistakes, who are just becoming agents for the perks. And there are people who are deciding they're going to commit to network marketing, which again, I have nothing against that, but they're not educating themselves on what it really takes to be successful as a travel agent. And it's bringing the overall professionalism of the whole industry down. And I want to fight that. That's why I made this channel. So you have to make sure you know the setup, because if you have, for example, a host travel agency over here and they partner with a network marketing company, then that usually means you can become a travel agent while having nothing to do with MLM. However, you also have to be okay with the fact, if you do that, that you are a part of someone else's organization or downline, right? So that's just something to think about. For most people, it's not really going to make a difference if you are. I really think it matters most who you work with and what kind of mentorship or support you're getting. And that's true with any host agency, by the way. There is one really well-known host travel agency that's a big name in the space, and And even though their marketing is slick, they do so many things well. They know their sales. People are becoming travel agents. People are applying for this agency. Even though they're doing things well on that end, I've heard so many travel agents sign up with them and then come to me later because they don't have enough support. They don't have any one-on-one mentorship. There's nobody to actually coach them. The people who are training them, quote unquote, are not even travel agents themselves. So they aren't even speaking from any personal experience or any advanced expertise because the people who are doing the sales calls are salespeople. So it's funny, like even some host travel agencies that have nothing to do with MLM or network marketing are selling being a travel agent so that you sign on with their host agency and bring them travel sales, but then they're still not actually helping you become a travel agent or become a good one. Anyway, try not to rant there, but it really does at the end of the day matter who am I going to be working with on a one-on-one basis, who is going to actually be helping me, who is going to answer my questions. Because I'll tell you, one of the reasons that this channel is growing so quickly and the reason I get so many DMs and emails from you guys, sadly, is because there isn't enough help or support out there. That's why so many people from other host agencies are jumping ship and they're coming to see how they can work with me. And I don't say that as like a badge of honor or a good thing. I think it's actually sad. I would rather everyone be really happy and thriving where they're at. Like I would rather have everybody make the right decision for them the first time. But sometimes the more you know, the better you know, you can make a better decision. Sometimes it's just picking the right person. Sometimes it's personality fit too, right? There are some host agencies that are really better suited for someone who already has advanced travel agent industry knowledge and experience, and you really shouldn't work with them unless you have that because you will not get any training. And that's fine because a travel agent might go to them and say, I want to earn a higher commission base. I know I'll get a higher commission split with you. So what that means is like most host agencies will start you at 70-30, you keep 70%, they keep 30%, or 80-20, you keep 80%, they keep 20%. There are some host agencies where you can get up to 90 to 95 of the commission yourself, but keep in mind, if that commission split is like that, that is likely because you are doing more of customer service yourself, you are dealing more directly with the host agencies to make sure you get paid. There's all these different things you have to consider. And I want to shout out Steph Lee from Host Agency Reviews. Great website to start with. Now, just don't get obsessed with this. Okay? You will go down a rabbit hole for months or years trying to pick the right host agency or the perfect host agency. There's no perfect one. There really isn't. But I do think that if you don't want to work with anything related to MLM or to network marketing or direct sales, you can do that. You can totally do that. So how do you know if you found a legit host travel agency or one that's actually going to be good? Like I mentioned, you can ask them about their commission split structure. That is one thing that they should know pretty much right away. And it should ideally be at least 70-30. With my host travel agency, everybody starts out at 70-30, but then once you've earned $5,000 in commissions in a year, then your split goes up to 80-20, which means you keep 80% and they keep 20%. That 10% makes a big difference when you start getting into the thousands and tens of thousands of dollars, which my travel agents do. You also want to make sure that whoever is helping you become a travel agent, whether it's a branded company, whether it's an individual who maybe is an affiliate of a host agency, even if they work with an MLM or network marketing company themselves, if anyone is pressuring you actually to recruit, sign other people up to become an affiliate, that's a no-go. And now that said, I obviously earn an affiliate commission for someone who becomes an agent through my link. I try to be really transparent about that, but you should never get that kind of pressure from someone else because if they're already pressuring you after asking what you want, which that's another little clue. Are they even asking you what you want? I just mentioned in another video, I recorded a video about how to become a Disney travel agent, so you can go check that out if you're interested. But usually I have 4 types of people who become travel agents, right? One is someone who they're actually not super interested in building a side hustle or business for themselves. They travel a lot. They want to earn the commissions back on the travel they're already doing. Totally makes sense for them. And while I don't encourage that publicly, right? Like I actually want to help you make money as a travel agent, get some freedom and choice, be able to pay for upgraded hotel rooms and things like that. But if that's what you want, then I want that for you, right? And we'll make a plan together to make that happen. So that's person 1. Person 2 maybe occasionally books for friends, family members. Really though, they're booking for commissions back on their own trips, the deals and discounts they get as an agent, and they book very much occasionally, but they're involved in the community events, they come to our meetups, things like that. Person number 3, and this is like the most common person I work with, they're either teachers, nurses, stay-at-home moms, they're people who are often in helping professions, or they just really love travel. Maybe they already have a travel blog, they're already creating content on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, etc. And they're like, okay, I want to get paid for this, but I want to get paid in a way that makes sense and actually helps people. So I work with a lot of those people. And most of my agents are making between $200 to $3,000 to $5,000 a month. I know it's a really wide range, but that's the side hustle crowd, right? So that's most people. And many of them actually don't ever plan to go full time. This is their fun side money hobby. They use this money to send their kids to private school, to go on vacations, to pay off debt, to pay for whatever personal goals they have. Some are going on Ozempic, some are getting new teeth, whatever they want to do. And then a few, this is not as many, but a few are like, no, I really want to go hard with this. I want for my travel agent income to be my full-time job. I want for it to replace my salary. I want to make full-time money working part-time hours. And I love working with those people too because they're committed and they're driven. And by the way, I just got to make it clear, this is just travel agent. We're not talking about MLM or affiliate stuff here. I have travel agents that I personally mentored who have earned over $1 million in commissions in travel or hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions in travel. It's totally possible. I really want you to know that, okay? Because the whole problem with MLM that I see, gosh, there's many problems, but one of the big problems is it diminishes from the actual opportunity of being a travel agent. And I'm not anti-MLM, so I should share that. Unlike other people who want to rage against the business model, I think ideally MLM would be great for everyone if everybody could get on board and do it ethically, right? Like, just think for a second. If everybody decided, I'm going to join an MLM, I'm going to share an MLM, we're all going to join this thing together and we're all going to make money. If everybody did that, if that was the reality, if it was really that easy, it's another thing I can't stand, people making it seem like it's easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it and killing it, right? But that's not how it is. You'll often hear people in MLM saying, anybody can do this, anybody should do this, you should do this. Make sure that you ask all of your family and friends because you never know, they might want to do it too. I'm trying not to get ranty, but there are many problems with MLM that have understandably made people suspicious of host travel agencies who work with network marketing companies or who are MLM companies. So you always want to see what is their language, what are they promoting? And I don't even like saying selling travel. I have a big problem with host travel agencies just focusing on sales because yes, we are a commission-based industry, right? Like I'm going to make more money from a $10,000 booking than a $1,000 booking, of course. But I never, and this is why I teach my travel agents too, I never just suggest something more expensive unless there's a reason for it, right? Unless it's actually going to benefit the client. So example, if they're going to the Grand Canyon, I'm going to ask them if they have ever considered taking the helicopter tour over the Grand Canyon because it's so cool. See how I just get excited because I'm like, you should do it. It's so cool if you can afford it. Now, if they tell me their budget is very tight and this is how much they have, then I won't suggest it because I don't want to make them feel bad. I'm not going to suggest something they can't afford if they've shared that. But if they do have wiggle room, if they do have extra time, then yeah, I'm going to suggest anything I think my client would legitimately like. That is what I look for in host agencies and people I work with. I look for people who want to actually help the person when I'm looking for coaches and things like that. So I would recommend you do the same. You want clear information on how the commission structure works. What is the split? Which partners do you work with? That's another one too we haven't gotten to yet. Does the host agency you're looking at work with either the big names, quote unquote, like Disney, Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, etc.? Or if you want to work with more mom and pop places, smaller shops, smaller operators, smaller tours, do they have the capacity to do that? Do they have training on how to do that? You want to make sure there's solid training and resources for supporting your clients through travel, not just sales, right? Because selling is a part of the work, but it's not the whole work. There's still, how do you support a traveler while they're on the trip on the ground? What do you have to communicate with your traveler before they go? There's all this other stuff. And you want a transparent fee structure. So if you are paying fees, which is very normal, I often see on these forums on Reddit and things, people are like, oh, if it charges a fee, it's an MLM and it's bad. No, we are paying for the ability to piggyback on the certifications, licenses, and different identifiers that the host agency has bought into or pays for in order for us to benefit from them. Same thing with their license. Their costs go up when they take on new independent contractor agents. So it totally makes sense that we would pay something. But don't be afraid to ask them what the payment is for. What is included? What do the commissions include? What kind of service is the agency offering you? Because you are technically a customer in a way, right? Which services is the agency offering you that another host agency isn't or can't offer? They should sell themselves a little bit, right? Like they should be wanting you because you're going to help them. But of course, they also, if they're a good host agency, they should also be interviewing you. Do I want to work with you? Because again, they're going to be incurring costs to work with you. You want to make sure it's just going to be a mutually beneficial relationship, whether you're talking to a big brand or to an individual on behalf of a brand. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Brittany. I host group trips myself. That is my niche, right? I'm not just someone who is high up in an ivory tower saying how smart I am. I am constantly learning things, bringing bringing back best practices, what's tried and true, what is proven and real right now, right? What's working right now. And that's why I will be coming in and sharing updates and sharing new videos, right? If something has changed, I'm either going to record a new video or I'm going to update it in the description. So make sure you're always checking descriptions here. If you have a question or comment about what you watch here, again, keep it kind and calm. You can drop it down in the comments below. If you'd like to ask me something privately or share a comment privately without having it appear in the comments, you can send me a DM on Instagram over at Travel Agent Haven. If you take your phone, act like you're going to take a picture, hold it up to the QR code, it will take you right to my Instagram profile. That's a neat little trick that you can use if you have an Instagram account you're trying to grow too. And I really hope that this video was helpful. If you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe, click that little bell so you never miss notifications of when a new video is posted, especially if you're thinking about becoming a travel agent or you've just become one. There's so much to learn. So whether or not you work with me personally or you join one of my memberships or you join the mentorship, whether you do any of that or not, I want to help you win. So if that means you watching my videos and using all the free stuff, then I want you to do that. Okay. We also have a free Facebook group. I want to make sure I shout that out as well. And we'd love to have you come and join and get support there too, because I share things in there, not everything that I share in my agent chat. They get the most, right? But certain things where I'm like, wow, the other agents need to hear this too, I share it in there as well. Thanks so much again. So nice to meet you, quote unquote, and talk soon.